Hello and welcome to yet another edition of your favorite podcast, Face of Reality Expository Series Teachings, otherwise known as Forest, with George Charisma. And today, I am excited and elated to share some nuggets with you on how to live a productive life. Living a productive life. We agree that we live in a world that is very, very busy. And many times people confuse busyness with productivity. Many times people confuse even hard work for productivity. Many times people think that creating a lot of content on social media is commensurate to living a productive life. That is not the case. But what then is productivity and what then is productive living? To live a productive life is to live in such a way that you make the most of every resource that is available to you, every platform that you are offered, every opportunity that comes to you, and every relationship that you have. And productivity is a function of intentionality. You have a lot to offer to the world. You have time on your hands. You have resources at your disposal. But how you combine these resources and how you employ the scarce resource of time is going to eventually determine if you would live a productive life or not. Remember that the most important variable in the context and concept of productivity is results and milestones. You can make effort and not have results. You can work hard and not have results. You can wake up very early in the morning, leave your house, go out there and labor and wind up without results. So I want to give you some 4 keys that you need if you are going to live a productive life. The first thing is that you should identify and work with the best and the right tools. You see, it doesn't matter how hard you work if you are applying the wrong formula or if you are using the wrong tools. Productivity is a function of employing best practices, and to have best practices will mean that you are either learning from the best or you have settled down to learn the rules of the game. It's not enough to do what you know. It's important to settle down and understand what you are actually doing. It takes someone who has mastered the pieces of the puzzle to be able to come up with a masterpiece. So remember, productivity is really about employing the best of your mind, your means, and your methods. So the first thing I want to call your attention to is your methods. If your methods are not right, it will not matter how hard you work. You know, if you combine sodium and chlorine in Cameroon, it give you sodium chloride. And if you do the same in the US, it will give you the same story, the same outcome. You cannot keep doing the same thing and then experience different results. The second thing you will require if you're going to be very, very productive is that you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to step out of that place where you cannot actually unleash the totality of your potential or give your best. And usually when we talk about the comfort zone is not necessarily a place. It could be a setting. It could be an arrangement that compromises your potential to be productive as a person. If you find out that working from home or working at home does not work for you, then you have to locate yourself in an office environment. Research has proven that people, for example, who study in a space where others are studying are more motivated and more likely to study and understand what they are studying. So if you're going to be productive, you have to leave your comfort zone. Your comfort zone could also symbolize your past glories. You know, I realize that past success is the enemy of subsequent success. So you must be able to grow beyond the things you have achieved in the past. You never improve on the value of your medals by polishing the same. So you have to, like Paul said, forgetting the things that are behind me, I press on to the mark of the higher calling. Your best days are never behind you, and you can never move backwards into the future. So the idea is to outgrow yourself, is to outperform yourself, is to outdo yourself. The glories of the past must lose their value if you're going to chase and get higher glories or more glories. Another key if you're going to live a productive life is that you need the right kind of team. Now, this has to do with people who need a team to do whatever it is they are doing. In the context of the workplace, there are people who have to work with collaborators, there are people who need employees under them, there are people who have to function with employees. If you're going to be as productive as you should be, then you cannot build a successful team by identifying your team members through random selection. A productive team, a dynamic team, a functional team is a result of capacity building. If you're going to do a lot with the people you are working with, then you have to invest in building their capacity, and you have to be intentional about identifying the people that you intend to work with. Another key to living a productive life is that you should focus on your areas of strength. And this is to say that you should start with your purpose in mind. If you are functioning in your areas of natural strength, ability, and aptitude, and if you are functioning in your area of purpose, you are more likely to be productive as a person than someone who is venturing out in an area where they are a novice, or where they do not have any expertise, or they cannot claim monopoly power. So the idea is that if you identify your area of gifting, if you identify the lane where God has called you to function, and you deploy your abilities and capabilities in that direction, you will more than likely have the kind of results that can qualify you as a productive person. Remember that we all have 24 hours a day, and what you do with your 24 hours will determine your success graph at the end of the day. It boils down to discipline, it boils down to focus, it boils down to determination, it boils down to prioritizing, it boils down to intentionality, and of course, it boils down to the God factor. You need the God factor if you're going to be as productive as you should be. I hope that you have gotten some value, and I recommend that you should subscribe to this channel so that you can stay updated when a new video pops up. It has been George Charisma, wishing you a wonderful day. Thank you.